Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binaries, my name is Barbara of Barbara's Babs' Bungalow. Yeah, I'm gonna get the name of the fucking show right eventually. But here's the thing, folks. We fell behind, or at the very least I fell behind on uploads. I'm well aware of this, so I decided, screw it, I'm just gonna get right into it. We're gonna be talking about Sub-Zero today. And Sub-Zero cameo is one of those cameos that I think you should take a look at first if you are 100% brand new to assist fighters. Because he's super simple. He only has 3 moves, which after Tremor and Striker the last couple of episodes, I mean, the simple one probably couldn't hurt, right? But let us move on and quickly talk about what Sub-Zero brings to the table. The cameo, that is. First off, his throw does 130 damage. And no, that is not some weird double Sub-Zero ice synergy thing. No, that is just his normal throw. The only base throws in the game that can do more damage are Sonya's forward throw and Jax's meter burn forward throw. He has to spend at least 1 bar, but he can beat this throw. Which is still kind of crazy, because that throw is also really strong. I'll have to talk about Jax some other time, though. Sub-Zero also gives you 50 extra health, which is not much, but it is a little health boost, like Serena, which means that, like Serena, like a couple of other characters, you throw Sub-Zero on, you're more likely to survive, which is a critical advantage in a fighting game whose whole point is not dying. But now let's talk about the mission-critical things about Sub-Zero. His cameo attacks. For cameo is a summon attack where Sub-Zero does an AoE attack that freezes the opponent. For quite a while, too, as you can see. Whereas the Ice Ball does not do it quite as long, it feels like. So what you can do... I messed up the info, but you get the idea. Use Sub-Zero to get a freeze, which is really helpful for characters that need stuns that don't launch, or that can catch opponents from pretty well anywhere, because the entire area around Sub-Zero is the danger zone. So you need to be careful of that, otherwise you're gonna catch a chill. Speaking of chill, Sub-Zero's only ambush assist is Ice Armor. And as I alluded to in the Tremor video, that was just an upgraded version of this. So what did this bring to the table? Well, as long as you wore it, you could absorb a projectile. So you throw this on, you can do whatever you want to get in. As long as you had the ice on, right? So you could do something like backdash, and then just throw a random slide out to catch the opponent. But you'll notice, because it's an ambush, I can backdash into Sub-Zero and it'll still connect. But it is possible for the Ice Armor to miss if you forward dash and do it too early. So you'll need to be careful with the timings a little bit, because it is possible for him to miss, but as long as you're, not dumb in the inputs and just think about it for a split second, you'll be okay. Last but certainly not least is the Cold Shoulder. A lunging charge with incredible range and knocks down. You kind of turn Sub-Zero into a projectile. So you can do stuff like slide, backdash, and then hit them with Sub-Zero when they try to dash in, or back up and throw him out. Go for an Ice Ball. Threaten with the ice thing with this if they end up blocking it instead. So, but you'll notice it only does about 60 damage. It doesn't do that much damage. Here, let me turn the stuff back on. I was setting up another video. Where were they? Damage text. Yeah, so as you can see, they do 60 damage. But where this gets really good is on reversal. Get up or block. because it's completely invincible on startup, meaning that Sub-Zero can cover your ass from incredible range if the opponent tries to lock you down with a ranged attack or tries to move in on you after a knockdown. Or if you fail an up block, let's say, just catch it too early, throw this out as a reversal. Why not? It's very effective. So, who does Sub-Zero benefit the most? First and foremost, beginners. Look, everybody's going to have to start from somewhere. Whether you've played assist fighters all your life, you've never played an assist fighter, you've never touched a fighting game before. And Sub-Zero is for those beginners. I highly recommend, because his Kameo attacks are pretty easy to understand. They're basically special moves, with one of them having fun timing, with having open timing possibilities. But there isn't a lot to remember. That's the key part. It's very easy to pick up Sub-Zero Kameo and just run with him. So first off, beginner players in general should at the very least look at him. Plus, with the extra health, hey, it allows you to stay in the fight that much longer that you can pull off a comeback. But when we're talking about characters specifically that would benefit from Sub-Zero, my brain immediately goes to Johnny Cage. Because, first off, extra health. Second off, an extra way to stun to extend combos without requiring a hype meter. And a way that, with the freeze, you get 3 hype meter. And I'll show you what I mean right here, right now. Johnny Cage, Sub-Zero, Motaro, the Flesh Pits. Zoom in. So let's say we do this combo. Do this. Yeah, they might be able to get me out of that taunt. But, what about this? I still have time for a combo. Or, and more. Whatever options you really, hang on. Can you do it? Can you do it? What's the one where he, like, does a dab? I know, it's so stupid. Sorry. Yeah, so you do this, and then dunk on him. And obviously there are more practical uses, but let's face it, Johnny Cage players, you're playing this character to have fun and be an absolute maniac. Be a maniac! Pick up Sub-Zero! He'll enable your shenanigans. Especially because, he gains extra health. That is not bad at all. Also, one thing to note about Sub-Zero, for those of you who know about the mash, it doesn't really work that well for Sub-Zero because of how much damage he does. Now, I believe it does partially scale up with good time. Yeah, it doesn't scale up that well, if at all. Whereas characters that might have multiple hitting fatal blows, like Striker, would benefit from that more. So that's something important to keep in mind. So, Johnny Cage's shenanigans get enabled by Sub-Zero. Kind of makes sense when you think about it. But, I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but what if I'm a character whose combos mostly come from launchers, and I want to keep my opponents grounded so that I can at the very least cut down on scaling as much as possible? Well, Sub-Zero will have you covered. For instance, Nitara, Johnny Cage, Sub-Zero, Mutaro, Living Forest. Nitara can benefit from having Sub-Zero, of course, by gaining a little extra health as well, because she does have low health. But it is also worth noting that, you know, a little extra damage is not going to hurt. So that was 28% for no meter versus... Okay. I didn't realize that it actually did less damage. Well, that's a little disconcerting. What about... Okay, that does 320. So if you can, like... Oh, I see. Okay, well, you see, you get the idea. The freeze is a big help. And of course, knocking down and giving you a lot of space to work with allows Nitara to fly in from pretty well anywhere. She could use her dive kick, she can literally fly in. Arctic Armor allows her to fly in and dodge aerial projectiles. Or use her fantastically long-range but incredibly slow options. The range of that too is not to be underestimated, and Sweep, that's a whole animal in and of itself. So the chance to move in when you have this attack active, because you could do stuff like and catch them with that effect, and catch them with that as an example. Sub-Zero enables a lot of options for Nitara just to keep them on the ground, because air combos can be a bit tricky, especially with certain hurt boxes, but keeping opponents grounded can help extend combos, and of course, keep them going for longer. You just have to be clever about how you apply it, otherwise the Kameo scaling gets quite strong. And last, and certainly not least, another beneficiary of Sub-Zero is Reiko. Johnny Cage. What does a grappler always appreciate? Extra health. Extra health. And I know I said extra health a lot in this video, but, I mean, it is a tangential benefit. And besides, there's nothing wrong with referring back to the extra health because it's a great benefit for everyone, and then dig a little deeper. So, for instance, free projectile immune tackle, slide, which remember is a meter burn option, is a combo extending option. There we go. And that's, of course, doing it from full screen and just blitzing in like a madman. Then you have to consider, of course, combo extensions with Sub-Zero, because again, look at how high Johnny Cage is, right? If he was a little bit closer, I would have hit. So, here, I'll try this. Yeah, see that? And he's left in the air for a while. Meaning you can end it with whatever you want. Throw in a random parry no, seriously. Throw in a random parry for a little bit of meter, and then do whatever you want with it afterwards. For real. Sub-Zero has all kinds of untapped potential that may be dismissed just because, you know, he's a beginner-friendly Kameo. But dig a little deeper, dig below the surface, and even beginner-friendly Kameos can have some interesting depth, which rewards loyalty to those who are trying to play the game. So, Sub-Zero is one of the best Kameos in Mortal Kombat 1. Not strictly because he has a whole lot of options, or he's beginner-friendly, although the latter is certainly true. It's that because of how accessible he is, he's able to be a household name for 30 years. I mean, this has been true for a long time. He had the most basic he had the easiest fatality input, for instance, and everybody remembers the spine rip. So Sub-Zero's always kind of been the stealth mascot of Mortal Kombat. Scorpion has the... Yeah. Scorpion has the... what was the word I was looking for? Scorpion has the spotlight. But Sub-Zero... Everybody knows who Sub-Zero is, too. Don't forget to be awesome, my friends, and I'll see you guys on the other side.